So before we show the newest small GlidePoint, let's go through some of the ones that I've done in the past. The original Mark I version of the GlidePoint uses this 35 millimeter sensor with no overlay. So the original one had this red top. There was nothing on top of it. Plugs in via USB. It evolved into me using the curved plastic overlay version, same size sensor except it had this larger curved overlay. It resulted in a larger unit. I liked it because it had this nice hard plastic surface, but for a lot of folks who have very limited range of motion, it wasn't as useful as the Mark I. So this is the Mark II. So what I've come up with is a Mark III, which is kind of a blend of these two. It is the 35 millimeter sensor. It has a flat overlay with the edge, unlike the Mark II, which your finger can go over. So here it stops. And it is just about the same size, in fact a little bit smaller than the original Mark I. So this will be the one I'll be producing on an ongoing basis, at least until I come up with a Mark IV. Now let's talk specifically about the needs for a very small version. This is the smallest GlidePoint that they make, standard one. It is 23 millimeters across, so compared to a penny, it's got about, the sensor range is about the size of a penny, so it's pretty small. The only trouble is when you're mounting it, is it has this port, and we have to account for that with the height. Now on my other sticks, I would actually use test points and solder things to test points. This one, it's too small and I can't get at them, so I'm going to be using a ribbon cable. So with the idea of it being as small as possible in the hand, I have come up with a small enclosure that looks like this. It is about that tall, and about, I think it's 25 or 26 millimeters across total. This is the shortest that I could make it to account for the ribbon cable and the connector. So that is really about it. And in this case, I'm having a ribbon cable come out because there's not enough room in here to put the microcontroller. So the way that this is going to work is this will be either held with a ring or finger setup, and then there is a 12-inch ribbon cable, which is very flexy, which is nice, which will go to a control box, and the control box is what will be tied into your computer or your Xbox adaptive controller. So it'll get plugged in there like that, and this part will be on your hand. So the 12-inch is about the limitation we could do with this. Longer versions of this ribbon cable can be special ordered, but I want to really try it out with this normally available part first. And I do have these set up so that we could pop them apart. So if the ribbon cable gets messed up, it can be swapped out. So I figure that is a breakable part. There's also on this part of it, there's a little bump that I added that will help indicate which way is up, whatever up is relative. So now the question is, how do we handle the mounting? One of the things I was thinking of, and this is based off of the finger mice, is 3D printing a part similar to this green one, which would slip over your fingers, and I could do different sizes. I have relatively small fingers. I think I wear about a size 7 ring. So I was thinking, okay, this might hold it pretty well, and then have a mount, some sort of mount, additional material there, which would hold the sensor in place, and then you would manipulate with your thumb. So that is one of my thoughts. So what I'm looking looking to you to determine what do you think the best way of mounting this is. Right now, the ribbon cable, which is 7 millimeters across and 1 millimeter, is pretty flexible. I have it coming out the center for testing purposes, but I can't have it coming out the sides or other places in here. So if we devised a mount that needed space here, we could do that. So that's where I'm at now. The controller part and the sensor itself with the ribbon cable, that's all working fine. Now it is a matter of mounting. And it may be that I send you this like this, and then you play around with different mount ideas, find something that works, and if it needs to be 3D printed, we could design and 3D print something. So that's where we're at. I thought you wanted an update. I got a lot going on, and this is really exciting to be experimenting with this smaller device. Talk to you soon.